Hello everyone, here's your weather hazard briefing for the first day of July. We've got showers and thunderstorms around already this morning. There will be more this afternoon. Up north, we're going to have some pretty good rainfall amounts possible, especially upper end of the Snake Plain into the eastern highlands and even over into portions of the central mountains. Also, in that same area, some gusty winds over 40 miles per hour are pretty likely. Any storm today has a chance for a gust over 40 miles per hour. That's just the most likely area. Now, even though we have gusty winds with thunderstorms, we're going to just have some overall gusty winds today across the area. We do dry out for the rest of the week. Looking ahead still to the 4th of July, it will be breezy, not like today, just a little bit of wind around. Up around Island Park, still looking at the potential of a few afternoon and evening thunderstorms, and temperatures by fireworks time dropping off into the 50s and 60s. Satellite shows our storm system moving in this morning. The initial band of showers and overnight thunderstorms is already pushing into the eastern half of the area. That will be clearing later on today. And then on the back side of this, with the main part of the low still coming through, that's when we get the next round of showers and storms. We do have minor impacts expected. We probably will see a lull in thunderstorm activity over the Magic Valley and also even around the Pocatello area. That's kind of the southern end of the main area of storms. If you're looking up and down the Snake Plain there, maybe as far south as Pocatello, maybe no more farther south than Blackfoot or Shelley. We'll just have to see how things trend. Otherwise, the showers and storms, the gusty winds, a little bit of rainfall, and even with some increase in humidity, we've got a lot of dry fuels out there with some wind and some lightning. You never know what might happen in that regard. For Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, still looking at that very low chance of thunderstorms up around Island Park. The next strong wind day will be Wednesday coming through the area, and definitely with drier conditions, we're going to have to we'll have some elevated fire weather concerns there likely at this point, and then the winds die down a little bit through the rest of the week. For today, looking at that forecast, that main push of moisture already sitting along the closer to the Wyoming border, back down towards Bear Lake and Soda Springs by around 5 or 6 a.m. That shifts east as we go through the rest of the morning. A lingering band of storms, at least for the early part of the morning, also up around Island Park. You'll see things picking up this afternoon. The best chance, if you draw a line from around Haley over to around Freedom, Wyoming, that's the best chance of seeing showers and thunderstorms. That area of rainfall and gusty winds generally, if you drew a line for, say, Ledore back down towards Mackey and then over towards Idaho Falls and Driggs to the north, Jackson, Wyoming to the north, that's the best chance of seeing heavier rainfall and those stronger winds today. But like I said, anywhere today with the thunderstorm potential, even if they're dry storms, looking at those gusts around 40 miles per hour. Then we go into this evening. That area of showers and thunderstorms moves to the east, and we should be clear by the time we get to sunrise tomorrow morning. So back to the rest of the forecast. Temperature-wise today, it will be cooler over the area. A few low 80s, otherwise 60s and 70s across the board for temperatures this afternoon. Those rainfall amounts still pretty light. We might see one of those heavier storms skirting right along the Montana border, produce over 1/10 of an inch of rain this morning, but not very likely. Then we get in the afternoon, wetting rains. That's basically a potential over 1/10 of an inch. Really picks up across portions of the central mountains, and certainly once you get around DuBois, Ashton, north of Driggs, on up towards Island Park into Yellowstone, the potential is there for 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, and maybe even a little bit higher in a few spots. For tonight, that trend will continue, especially through midnight over the area. Still potential of 1/10 of 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more up towards the Montana border this evening. And a lot of this is dependent on, one, the strength of any storms that develop, or if we get multiple showers and storms moving over the same area. That definitely increases the potential of heavier rainfall over a particular location. We talked about winds outside of thunderstorms. Most of those winds will be over the Magic Valley, Snake Plain, down into the South Hills, with some of those gusts 35 to maybe even 40 miles per hour. That continues through most of the afternoon and evening hours. For tomorrow, with things drying out, we're going to start with colder lows, and we're not going to see much warming over the next few days. The pattern doesn't change enough for us to really start a warm up until we get past the 4th of July. But overnight at lows in the 30s and 40s, a few spots in the low 50s, pushing up again in the 70s to low 80s for our warmer spots tomorrow. You'll notice Wednesday doesn't change a whole lot. The only thing with Wednesday is there'll be an increase in wind across the entire area. For the 4th of July, very similar conditions in the morning and afternoon, and like we said, by fireworks time, those temperatures dropping off into the 50s and 60s. And for Friday, that's when you start to see the warmer afternoon temperatures, and those temperatures will continue to climb as we head into the next weekend coming up. So, again, we've got more showers and storms today. Locally heavy rain up north. That's also the best chance of seeing gusts over 40 miles per hour, but that doesn't mean any other areas won't see wind gusts over 40 miles per hour with storms, and it will be breezy outside of thunderstorms as well. This pattern does have a little bit of wind with it. And just repeating for the 4th, just kind of letting you all know, maybe a few thunderstorms around Island Park, otherwise a little bit of a breeze, dry conditions, and a little bit of a chill in some areas heading into the evening hours. So if you're getting an early start to the holiday weekend, stay safe, everyone.